All right, and the final battle I have for week 5 so far. There is one more match after this, but it has not yet been played. So this is going to be between Squid, who up till this point is undefeated, versus Gojira with his Slanesh. So once again, same map, because tournament every week we fight on all on the same map. I'm playing with some different ideas on how to just change it up week by week, but right now this is the easiest way. Squid has the very wide blue horse kind of spam, or just horse spam between blue horse, pink horse. He does have a couple Forsaken. And that Exalted Lord of Change of Metal, which it will not be super effective against Slanesh, because guess what? They don't have a lot of armor. And he brought the Syrian Doom, which is useful, but not as useful against Slanesh since they're just always moving, and Plague of Rust is pretty much useless. Probably won't be cast more than maybe once in this battle. Maybe to take on Nakari, but I don't know. Nakari doesn't even have... Nakari has 5 armor. Hell Shredders have 3 times as much armor as Nakari. Here's our highest, 20. It can almost take use of a Plague of Rust. But yeah, Squid really kind of just taking a defensive position. I don't think he has seen that these Seekers are coming around the back. Maybe he has, and that's why he's sending these blue whores up this way. He has seen them now, though, for sure. So they will charge right into the front. And a Seeker charge gets rid of half, 3/4. Oh, there we go. Finally got into a little bit of the health. Actually did some pretty good damage. They're still doing some pretty good damage there. 34. Leadership is 0. So they should be falling apart here, right? Pink Horse? Are you falling apart? Nope, nope. Leadership has come back. The Seekers are pretty... Why are you... Okay, there we go. Pretty damaged out themselves. They kind of need... Yep. Charge back in. These Seekers have almost killed these blue whores, but then these spawn are just going to do work. The Hell Shredders that came in here originally... So the 2 Seeker units did finish off. It looks like the pink whores and the blue whores. Hell Shredders are just trying to hold these spawns so the Seekers can finish their job. Nakari is kind of just getting like shot by all of the whores, though. Talking with Gojira afterwards, he was under the impression that this Exalted Lord of Change was going to hunt Nakari. The issue is that Exalted Lord of Change has no single target damage spells. It can't really do much against Nakari. Yeah, it can come down and fight Nakari, but that's kind of what Nakari wants. So Nakari is going to kind of just skirt around, but I know how he ends his life, and it's just skirting around, staying kind of in range of all of this stuff. Gojira's been triple capped here, kind of fast, because he can't sit here and engage. The Seekers, when they sit here and engage, they are going to win this battle, but this is not a worthwhile trade. The Spawn are going to come over here and kind of just finish off some Seekers. Nakari pushes through, wraps around, coming around at the back at the pink horse. Good choice to target. Blue whores are being picked off by more Seekers. But all, like, excuse me, Squid is just on top of it. All his targets just turn around. Flamers now just unload on Nakari. He's suffering from the Warp Flame. 0 armor. Not that he had much left anyways, but his leadership is down and he just... Nakari gets roasted by all of that. The like range sitting in here where there's not very many avenues, that is kind of like the way to win this week. We saw that with Danny. Now we see that with you don't let yourself get flanked, which it's hard to flank when you only have so many avenues. Like these Forsaken can hold up everything that comes down here, so these flamers can choose what to shoot at. These blue whores, yeah, they're gonna shoot. They only have 1 ammo left, and they just sit in combat. These spawn just rolling up over this way. I think didn't these spawn? Are they? No, these different unit from over here. But they're just gonna hold. We might as well. We can fast forward here. So Gojira's just gonna keep just bringing in units. But the problem is he doesn't build up he's not building up an army. He's engaging piecemeal here. The Lord of Change is just gonna rear charge anything that gets stuck in combat for too long. And anytime a unit gets too close to the army as a whole, Squid is doing a very good job of just reinforcing, like hammer and anvil, or just holding a target in place. Some blue whores, using some flamers. Holding a target with some spawn, using his pink whores. And just 2-for-1ing any unit that comes in. And it's quick and done and over with battle. So, unfortunate for Slaanesh, very fortunate for Tzeentch. We will see what happens with the 1.1 patch. We might as well take a look at the armies really fast. Exalted Lord of Change got about half its value there. Just rear charges, and that talking with Squid, that's what he's using this mainly for. This is, in his opinion, his heaviest hitting unit, which it very well might be. Yeah, like the spawn do good damage as well. But in close combat, this is probably his absolute best unit. So he just rear charges with this while holding in place with some Forsaken or some blue whores. The spawn did pretty good. I mean, they're not paying for themselves, but they don't have to. Flamers definitely paid for themselves. Didn't even bring in the second unit of Flamers. None of the Screamers came in. Blue Whores, I don't know if they got resummoned or not. Nakari did not pay for himself. So, since this battle was just so fast, and it's really easy to see what was summoned a lot. The Seekers were summoned a ton. The Marauders were summoned a little bit. 1 unit of Demonettes were summoned in at some point. The Soul Grinder was never touched. And the Fiends haven't been touched, I think, all tournament. So, these are expensive units. Maybe only need 1 of them. Definitely should have brought some Furies along. Slaanesh Furies are just devastating because you can't ignore them because they always get a rear charge with devastating flanker. So the fact that there's none in this army... oh no, he started with them. What happened to these? He does have them? Alright, this is what happens when this is the last battle to record after a, 16-hour long day. I completely forgot that he has some Furies, but apparently they didn't do much. I mean, they do get kind of picked apart by Tzeentch. But they should have been there, so when, what should have been happening was, when these Marauders engage, then you hit with the Furies in the back. Or, you use the Furies to hit the second rank pieces, so the pink cores that are sitting in the back when the Forsaken are there. Or if the blue hordes are up front, you hit the pink cores in the back. And then the Seekers can come in from the back or the side, or even hit the front. But Slaanesh is fast enough. He's hitting with just 1 or 2 units at a time. And he really needs to be hitting with a good portion of his army against 1 one capture point at a time. Uh, Squid was spread out pretty far and wide. He was holding just 2 points. I would have captured my own point first, and then watched where Squid moved his army, and then you engaged 2-on-1 on your terms. Versus what ended up happening was Slaanesh was coming in and was being double teamed every time it charged into combat. It would hit a spawn, or like a seeker would jump in, might take out a blue whore. Spawn would come in, hold it in place, and then a pink whore or a flamer or something like that would just cook it alive. And it worked through this entire army that way. And it just didn't have to be that way. Slaanesh should be the one that's choosing the engagements and only choosing favorable engagements. It's really hard against Zinch because those barriers take up so much, but there was more things that could have been done in that battle.